speakers. Our first, this young man wears so many different hats. He's in real estate. He's a real estate inspector. He knows about stocks and bonds. He asks you the all-time great question: would you rather be rich or wealthy? And no further ado, we have Willie A. Price.
I thought he forgot my name for a second. Oh my God, my standing ovation over there. How you guys doing? Good. My name is Willie A. Price, as you stated. I go by the name of Willie A. Price Speaks because that's what I do. I speak. I started out in elementary school, couldn't speak, didn't like to speak, didn't like to stand up and do anything in class, didn't like to read in front of the class. How many people hate reading in front of class? Teacher asks you to stand up and read. I was one of those people. I hated to stand up and read. They tell you, who wants to read? I put my head down. But math I was good at. Math was one of the, how many of you guys are good at math?
Certain types.
Some types?
Like the new type of math.
Yeah. And see, that new type of math I wasn't good at either. But I was very good at math, and I used to find that what I would do is, when I was doing math, I could do it all the time because I applied everything to money. I applied everything to money. So if I could figure out how I could use it in money, I could do the math. So I can do adding, subtraction, division, multiplication, because I'm multiplying the money, I'm dividing the money, I'm subtracting money. I always use it as to apply for money. So what I found is that as I was growing up, my grandmother used to always say, you can do anything that you set your mind to, because she would see me do things. And people say, oh, he can't do that, or you can't do that. And I would turn around, and if it was something I really wanted to do, I would find a way to do it. How many of you guys ever been like that, where somebody tell you couldn't do something, but it was something you could do? You felt like you could do it. And a lot of times, people don't see something in you that you believe you can do, or something that you have a goal about doing, and they'll say, oh, well, maybe you should consider doing this, or maybe you should consider doing that, or you shouldn't even do that because that's going to be too hard. But they're telling you what their beliefs are because it might be too hard for them. And like I said, my grandma used to always say to me, she said, you can do anything that you set your mind to. And then I started saying, when I go out and I speak, I started saying to people, the power of you. The power of you. Taking what you have and using that power, that strength, that idea, that goal, and making it the best you that you can be. A lot of times people say to you, what's your weakness? You hear people say, well, what are you weak at? What's your weakness? And then they try to help you get better at it. So if you're not good at math, they try to make you better at math. Okay? But is that going to make you like math better?
No.
Exactly.
Well, it depends on the
Exactly. It's not. Because what happens is, it's your weakness because it's something you don't really enjoy doing. You know what I mean? If somebody say, I'm going to teach you how to skydive, okay? And you don't want to skydive. No matter how much they teach you how to skydive, is it going to make you want to skydive anymore? Exactly. So what I tell people is the power of you. Find whatever it is you're good at and make that your power. Make that the best that you can be at that. Because if you work at something that you enjoy doing, you can do it all the time. You can do it all the time. And that's what Rob was talking about when he said, I do a lot of different things. Because like I said in the beginning, I used to hate to read and write. I used to hate to read and write. But it was because I didn't have an interest in it. It wasn't something that made me have an interest. You know, it wasn't like something I was looking at doing. But what I started doing was, I started writing about Black history and learning about Black history. And then when I went back to my old high school, they were doing Black History Month. And for Black History Month, who were they talking about? Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Harriet Tubman, Sojourner Truth, all the same people that you guys are talking about now, they were talking about when I was a kid. So I was like, man, I said, they're talking about the same people that I was talking about when I was a kid. And I had been out of high school like 10 years. So for 10 years, they're talking about Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Sojourner Truth, Harriet Tubman, and where are all those people? They're all dead. Exactly. So the thing is, if every time Black History Month comes up and they're talking about dead people, what does that make you think about? It does it motivate you?
No.
It doesn't. Huh?
A little bit to me.
A little bit, because it just learns you about history.
Don't talk about nothing.
But it doesn't motivate you, because then you know next Black History Month, what are they gonna talk about?
Same thing.
The same people. So then all you're doing is basically making it through Black History Month. And so what I did